Namaste Capricorns and Capricorn Risings, the captains of the Zodiac, and welcome to Soul Horoscope SuperScope Weekly Report. My name is Christopher Witecki. I'm your Sensei to Sirius Joy. I'm here to help you step into your heart, your passion, your potential on Earth. And this is a super scope because it will help up to 3 personalities. What I mean by that is Capricorns, Capricorn Risings, if you know your astrology that way, and also Venus in Capricorn. All of you fall under what I call Step 8, and Step 8 is the 8th step to Sirius Joy, the I decide moment, the moment when human beings decide. That's what Capricorns and Cap Risings are so good at. So what are you deciding this month? Well, you're putting the finishing tops or the finishing touches on a new emotional foundation. Profoundly new. The universe has done some crazy investment here. This is the I feel state of awareness. You've been upgrading your basic emotional default, your default emotion. And this is now at the very end of this week, or at the beginning of this week, it is being tested on your ability to maintain passion, to stay passionate and not let it throw off your emotional foundation. What you're going to move to next is the Sun in Taurus, which will be I love, getting to the heart of what your inner child really wants. And I got to say, this year, the universe is going to put Capricorns and Cap Risings and also 8 VQs on the course for long-lasting love and joy. You're going to have a solar eclipse investment here on April 29th. So it first starts with your own Me-Ridge love story where you fall in love with yourself and why you're in love with yourself, which is the reconnection to the inner child. From there, you can do anything. And that's really what the universe is going to do, is bring you there. So where are we? Well, to review, we're under a grand square or a grand cross. This is a major tug of war in the sky. And this week, I argue, there's going to be a quantum portal that opens up, kind of a matrix moment, a vortex. And this is going to allow you to break free of each of these points. That's my belief. Now, Uranus and Mars there, this is the opposition between trying to feel better and your career with Mars. Now, Mars is retrograde till May 21st, so I just got to keep saying, for Capricorns, Capricorn Risings who love career, you probably won't know where it's going until late May, all right? The work is the emotional foundation, the nest that will grow the flowers, that grow the fruit and bear in your soul garden from your heart's desires. The other opposition that's got you pinned up is ego development with Pluto and Capricorn versus marriage and partnership development with Jupiter and Cancer. Now, when it comes to ego, there are no more punches in the face for a while. Pluto's retrograde, so your ego's not going to have to get stronger. But you do need to fill in the gaps with what you have learned in the last 6 months. On the other hand, the real changing point is how you respond to yourself and how you respond emotionally in your relationships. By responding differently in all partnerships, an emotional response that puts your feelings first, Uranus and Aries, right? You will see that everything kind of opens up. Now, last week we had a lunar eclipse in Libra, and this should have done some erasing sort of energies and taking away from some of the things that hold you back from moving ahead, which would have been maybe the collapse of a career direction, maybe giving up on a certain contract, maybe realizing your heart's not in something. By giving up that career stuff, it allowed you to expand emotionally and build a stronger emotional foundation. As we start this week, you're going to be tested on that foundation. So the sun is moving into Taurus, but the moon will be in Sagittarius, and so you'll be really tested Saturday and Sunday, the 19th and 20th, really tested on can you be there for yourself. This may be you just wigging your own self out, so try not to put yourself through any turmoils as you're being tested on emotional self-nurturing. That's not the way to go about the test. There's better ways. On Monday, the sun moves into Taurus, and now it starts to move into, is your heart happy or not? The moon is in Capricorn, so you're feeling really pretty good. And I think it's in Monday and Tuesday and into Wednesday night that this vortex I'm talking about opens up. And the vortex is really you starting to feel what your heart really wants. And this will be opening up a glimpse of the future. Let me show you a little animation that explains. Going in space, all 4 planets will reach the magical 13 degree for a few hours this week. And I argue it's going to make a change. Now, Uranus is direct and Jupiter is direct, but Mars is retrograde and Pluto is retrograde. So really we're doing a cosmic squeeze and push towards towards Leo, 13 degrees. Now, Leo 13 degrees is actually kind of an energetic point that's pulling you into a new trust in yourself. And the moon will move into Aquarius and open up this point for a period at the same time. there's also a grand trine under the seams that kind of unites everything emotionally. So this 13th degree is like, hey, I think I can trust myself on something. And knowing that you can trust yourself, align with what your heart wants, is the setup for the solar eclipse on April 29th. So I think what's going to happen is those 4 points open up like I showed you. That means that you relax with your ego, you relax with your relationships, you relax with your career, you relax with your emotions. What ends up opening is, I think I can trust myself. This is at the point of Taurus, so you'll feel your inner child will start to believe as well. And I think this glimpse will give you kind of an idea of what your heart wants next, or the new dawn you want in your heart. And that's what the solar eclipse is going to hit April 29th. I hope you followed all that. So Love Fest is the next big groovy thing of this week. And Love Fest is on Friday. And for you, it's going to be you falling in love with ideas. So you're going to start to fall in love with an attitude. You're going to start to move into a lovey-dovey, cool, 1970s, Pluto and Libra, chill, Seals and Crofts. I'm trying to think of chill bands in the 70s. But you're moving to that. And this is a mindset that I believe that Capricorns and Capricorn Risings will now kind of maintain and keep. And this mindset is dire important to move forward with that emotional foundation, which is necessary for you to bear fruit in career, yada, yada, yada. So this week is really a test of strength at first, to be there for your own emotions, and then you're to discover where your heart has been let down. But I believe there'll be a magical portal moment where you will have a new trust in yourself, and that's really a glimpse of where Jupiter is going. In fact, that trust that you get a vision quest of, you will actually go there and be there by September of this year. More on that, of course, later. So what about people who love like a Capricorn? I call you 8 VQs, and that means that you have Venus in Capricorn. For those with Venus in Capricorn, you're moving just like the Cappies to the point where your loving attitude is super important to the potential of your success. So if you're in an existing long-term relationship and you have Venus in Capricorn, I think it's now time for that relationship to move to poetry. It's now time for that relationship to be liberated and let the passion and the words come out, dropping out of the sky with no real integrity. Be just totally sloppy and self-forgiving in your love, all right? Now, for those who are single, I wouldn't say sloppy is the way to go, but I would say that it's time to put the message out that you are ready for love and open for business, right? And for those of you who want to remain single, I think you channel this love now into a message, into something higher, a higher-minded thought process. But it's a love fest in the mind for the 8 VQs this week. Now, if you want to take a sneak peek at how this whole month ends, I've recorded a 30-minute April Megascope that's available for $13.95 at soulmart.me. And if you have a Megascope, go open it and take a look at where this solar eclipse in Taurus is going to hit you in the house of inner child. This is super exciting. By the way, the next time you get a dose of love into the house of inner child is 2022 of this solar eclipse. So this is the one. This is the one that casts you. Now, if you want day-to-day guidance, I do this awesome beta version of GA Venus. I send texts and videos to your phone based on your date of birth through the day to keep you in that state of serious joy. Give it a try. The first 7 days is free, and I'm happy to guide you along. And if you're watching on YouTube, we ask, please subscribe to our channel. We do appreciate it. If you're on Facebook, come say hi. You can go to soulgarden.me. It'll take you to our Facebook page and like us. And if you'd like me to email you every day the zodiac weather and your horoscopes once a week, come to soulmart.me and register on our mailing list. All right, my captains of the zodiac, that's all I have for this week. I will see you in 7 days with some more good news. Until then, stay in thy heart and live, love, be.